Hello, everyone out there. Welcome back to Dr. Faustina Speaks, where we grow in purpose, discipline, and excellence. Last week, we tackled the classic lens of saying yes to everything. The idea that saying no is the ultimate act of self-respect and that's protecting your time and energy and is found like a foundation of a well-lived life. Some of you may say, yes, it makes sense, while some will feel incomplete. Some will wonder, what about me just starting out? What about my relationships? What about the cultural differences? Yeah, you're right. I did mention there are other lenses to it. So this week we are widening the scope, we are widening the lenses, we are going beyond yes and no to what I call the art of contextual intelligence. We are exploring 4 other equally valid perspectives on when and why to say yes. And I'm going to give special attention to 2 out of the 4. The first one here is what I call the minimalist paradox. This says you don't say no to everything. You say radical, obsessive, life-consuming yes to some few things that really matters to you. So your no becomes the natural consequence of your unwavering focus. The second lens here is the cultural lens. This reminds us that the blunt no is more of the Western individualistic concept. The Eastern and some African cultures saying no directly, especially to elders, may cause someone to lose face. So instead, you say yes to the person, but somehow you subtly communicate your no to the request through soft language, silence, or graciously delaying the whole thing. So the third one is one of the ones we are going to deep dive into, and that is what I call the opportunistic gambit. The opportunistic gambit, the idea is saying yes to everything, especially at early stage, at early career, the early career of your life. You find yourself in a new environment, you find yourself in a new industry, or you switch industry, you find yourself in areas you need to explore. And the fourth one is the relationship architect. This says that saying yes is a social glue. It builds trust, it deepens the bond. So let's start more and deep dive into the opportunistic gambit. The irony here is that the classic just say no advice and ignore certain things. The irony to the classic is that you cannot edit a book you have not written. You cannot refine what you are yet to experience. So saying no too early means saying no to very things that may make you make a wise decision later. So if you are in your early 20s, or you switch industries, or you move to a new city, or you don't really know what you want yet in life, saying yes to everything might be a strategy. It is a strategy for exploration. So think of it this way, that you are like a scientist and every yes is an experiment. So what if saying yes to everything is actually a genuine move, at least for a season? What if saying yes is a strategy? The exposure effect, the lock surface series, and more. So the more yeses you throw out there, the more collision you create. The universe cannot say yes to a question you are yet to ask. So you swing it often. The more swings, the more connects. So when one clicks, it changes everything. But note, it's just for a period, a short period of time, maybe 6 months, 1 year. And when you watch your yield log and nothing positive is happening, you quit. You either know whether you're making valuable progress, you learn a new skill, you connect to someone valuable, or you even make money, So if after the season, the years keep yielding nothing, please, you quit. The second is the relationship architect. The relationship architect is the one that pushes hard against the hyper individualism, because here is the uncomfortable truth. We are all human. We are all human. And we human, we are tribal. We are tribal in nature. We are wired for belonging. So saying yes, even when it is most convenient, when it is most inconvenient, means you are telling somebody, I got you, I value you, I see you, I'm willing to inconvenience myself for you. So think about your relationship, think about your family. Your best friend call you at night, they needed to talk to you. Do you say, oh, I'm protecting my sleep boundary? Or your children want a quality time with you and you say, oh, I have some emails to answer, I'm being productive? Of course not. Because some relationships are worth every yes you can give. So for the inner circles, your yes is indiscriminate. So you must ask yourself this honest question. Am I saying yes to connect? Or I'm saying yes because I'm afraid of disappointing someone? If it is the former, say yes with your whole heart. If it is the latter, then that is when the classic becomes essential. So here is the synthesis, the ultimate takeaway for all the 5 lenses, because there are no single right or wrong answers. For the classic lens, you guard your energy. For the opportunistic gambits, you say yes to your growth. Okay? It's for when you are new, when you are hungry, and you need or you needed data to progress. The relationship architect is when you say yes as a glue. Is for when you are nurturing your inner circle. The minimalist paradox is yes to the few when you have found your life masterpiece. And the cultural lens is the yes to the person when you are navigating the diverse woman dynamics. So the master skill here is not saying yes or no. It is contextual intelligence, knowing which lens to apply, to whom, and at what time in your life. The real failure here is not saying yes or no. The real failure is applying the same rule to every situation, regardless of the context. So, here is my challenge to you this week. Do not ask, should I say yes or no? Ask, what lens am I using right now? And is it the right lens I'm applying at this moment? Is it the right lens for this person? And is it the right lens for this season of my life? That is the difference between the reactive life and the intentional one. That will be all I have for you today. Thank you for listening to Dr. Faustina Speaks, and I'll see you all next week with another episode.